Well, hello to the start of this series of videos. And um, the concept we're talking about today is called wisdom comes from knowing. So the first set of ideas that I want to introduce is have you know or understand a concept called the data wisdom stack. And it starts out, well, what's data and what's wisdom, and how do you bridge the gap between them? Well, you start out with data. It's all about doing raw measurements and observing behaviors and observing qualities of what it is that you're doing. So that's just pure data. There's usually a lot of it. Now, the next step up in that pyramid is information. But how do you go from information to data? What we have to do is apply meaning and filters and apply them consistently and effectively to the data that we get. And oftentimes it reduces the amount of, or the space, or the difficulty of understanding of all those raw measurements and observed qualities. It reduces it by a factor of 10. So let's say you have 1,000 raw measurements and observed qualities. You may only end up with 100 pieces of information, which is valuable, much more valuable, because you don't have to deal with all of those 1,000 raw pieces of data. So what's the next step? Once you've got information, you take a look and you look at knowledge. So what's knowledge? Well, it's information with a context applied. Sometimes people talk about you looking at a particular idea or a particular problem through rose-colored glasses or sunglasses. Well, you can do that. And what you're literally doing is taking the information that you're getting from the natural world and putting a filter on it, a polarizing filter on that, so that you get things that stand out in the information that you're receiving. So those sunglasses are giving you a context of all the information that you're receiving. Now that's not the top of the stack. The top of the stack is wisdom. And wisdom is something that you accumulate and accomplish over time. You have experience and you have learning from mistakes applied to knowledge. And so those are the 4 levels of the wisdom data stack. Data at the bottom, information, which is filtered from the data, knowledge, which is information in a context, and then finally, through experience and learning from mistakes, you end up with wisdom. So that's the first concept I wanted to talk to you about today. Now the next set of concepts that I really want you to look at is the idea of what do you know that you know. For instance, millions of people all over the world know how to ride a bicycle. Well, there's another more, and this encompasses a much greater amount of knowledge and understanding. It's what do you know that you don't know? For instance, I know that I don't know how to pilot a multi-engine jet fighter. And I know that I don't know how to do DNA analysis, or at least not yet. And I know. So anyway, I can go on for months telling people about what I don't know, but I do have a small skill set of things that I know what to do and how to do it and how to relate. And then the last level, and this is the biggest thing which encompasses the rest of the known and unknown universe, is what do you don't know that you don't know? And oftentimes people call those scotomas or blind spots, things that you've never really realized that are there and you don't know about them, and they're affecting you and your life and your relationship and your business. So all of that happens. And so those are the concepts I want you to take a look at today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.